Alright, welcome again everyone. So UFC 29 just gone, and of course the card lived up to its hype. I must say I was never disappointed. Apart from the fight with Thiago Santos, the card went well, and wonderful card I must say. Looking forward to the next UFC 260, and I'm hoping that Ngannou wins. So with the first of the triple header, we have Yan versus Aljamain, and honestly this possibly was going to be the best of all three fights that were heading the card. And of course we all know that Yan lost by disqualification, and of course I really thought Sterling started off too fast and he seemed a bit nervous because he was falling over himself, and of course I just didn't know. He didn't seem like himself. He didn't seem comfortable, even though I had him winning round one, because the biggest thing that Yan did for round one was that punch, and he did make a takedown. But I think Aljamain pressed round one, and I gave him round one. And of course, the energy for Aljamain kind of dipped in round two, and it just fell off for the entire fight. But of course many persons were shocked when they saw the scorecards. I could give the person who had Aljamain up credit, because he indeed was pushing the fight. He was coming forward, and there are oftentimes persons scores fights for who are the ring general. So I must say that Aljamain was the general, even though his energy was not up. But I could also agree with person saying that Yan won. So unfortunately Yan robbed himself of the victory. I thought he was going to win anyway, but sadly he got disqualified, and hopefully they will run it back and we will see this epic fight all over again. So with Megan Anderson and Amanda Nunes, this fight was being hyped by some. I really couldn't see how Megan could win. I don't see her as being powerful enough to stop Amanda, and as we could see, Amanda had all the tools to stop Megan, and it was quite obvious that she looked a bit nervous. In my book, she gave Amanda Nunes far too much respect, and I just believe if she was going to win this fight, she had to go forward and blitz Amanda, but sadly she kind of stepped back and allowed Amanda to just pick her shots, and the first shot she got she didn't recover from, and sadly the writing was on the wall after that first punch. And she honestly, her energy as the fight started didn't seem as confident. I was really hoping, as I said earlier, she just came out through caution to the win, because I think having her reach being longer, she should have jabbed and threw the kicks, but sadly it just played out how I thought it would. And of course Amanda Nunes continues to be the greatest woman to ever fight in the UFC, and I really don't see anyone now taking her title in any of the two divisions for now. And based on her skill set, her power will always be a problem, and that is one of the things. For a woman who knocked out a person like Chris Cyborg, I think I have not seen that type of one punch KO power amongst the women's division. So with the final match of this great card, I think Justin Gaethje here. The commentary was unbelievably biased for Adesanya, and many times person can stay at home and based on the commentary they may get a different idea of how the fight went, and I really had Adesanya losing 4-1, and Many persons would say, like Mr. Weidman here, many persons would say Jan was losing, and of course he wouldn't have won that by a great margin on some of the scorecard, as Teddy Atlas here is saying. But I actually could see how he did win so comfortably. And of course, if he had lost, I would totally have lost faith in the UFC, and the fight may not have gone as how persons might have it, but Jan used his skill sets appropriately. I think Jan controlled the fight. I must say that round 1 went to Jan, round 2 went to Izzy, and 3, 4 and 5 I gave to Jan. He was the general, and I know that persons can say that yes, Izzy was scoring with the leg kicks, but he himself wasn't fighting his fight. And many persons were saying yes, he was falling for the feints, all of that, but I think Jan was the most comfortable of the two. He stuck to what he thought he needed to do to win. I think Izzy was a bit tentative because he was afraid of the power, and so he didn't look like himself. And as a judge, knowing the background of both fighters, I would definitely have to see who came out and fought their natural fight. And of course, I gave Jan that he controlled the grappling. Adesanya tried his best to stay off the ground, but Jan did what he had to do, and I must say he must be commended for the good fight, and I take nothing away from him. I really believe that he won 4 rounds to Adesanya's 1, and many persons could say that he won 3 straight rounds, or probably the first, and Adesanya won the second and the third, but I really could see Jan winning rounds 1, 3, 4 and 5. He fought an excellent fight, and even though he looked a bit gassed, I am really excited to say that the judges got this one right, and I'm still looking forward to this super fight between Izzy and John Jones. But I must say UFC 259 lived up to its hype, and of course please remember to like, share and subscribe. See you at UFC 260. Yes, UFC 260.